Yeah, it's Mika. And if you've been following our channel, you know that we do recaps of Love After Lockup and Life After Lockup. And today we have a special surprise for y'all. We have Damodrick and Quiana from both Love After Lockup and Life After Lockup. And we're just going to have a quick discussion with them and maybe answer some of your questions that you may have for them. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this interview.
Jey and Meka show. Jey and Meka show.
Yes. How y'all doing today? Y'all good?
Yeah.
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah, so I mean, we just wanted to, chop it up with y'all real quick and, see what y'all have going on and just get to know y'all a little bit better. I be in the comments sometimes. I know Quiana has seen me, but I'm in the comments sometimes and, y'all have a good fan base and I'm sure they want to know a little bit more about you all. So that's what we're here to do today. So y'all ready? Yeah.
Let's do it. Do it.
All right. So I guess my first question is, when they approached you about the show at first, like, what were your thoughts? Or did you approach them about the show?
So I approached them. You know how you watch it at the end and it says, if you know so-and-so and if you know anyone, put in y'all's resume basically. And, just me, I always tell them, I'm going to be on TV, I'm going to be on TV, I'm going to try this. Thinking nothing of it. I didn't think like they would really reach out. They literally reached out like a year later. I totally had forgot about it.
Oh, wow.
I forgot that I had even put in the interview and stuff. But originally, I was just trying to change the narrative, trying to show something different. That was my goal initially.
So did you have to let Damodrick know about it, or how did you let him know about that, apply to the show?
So we would watch the show sometimes and I would be like, would you be willing to do this? Because he loves music and he needed to push his music out. And I was like, this would be a really good way to push your music out. I was like, would you be open to it? He was like, what'd you say, baby? You remember? He was just like, okay, cool. Yeah, all right. But once I really told him we was going to be on it, I don't think we really believed it until we saw the cameras pull up. And we were like, oh my gosh, this is for real.
Yeah, was it kind of overwhelming at first? Or was it what y'all expected of, doing a reality TV show?
Honestly, it was nothing like I expected.
So you don't know what to expect. You know what I mean? You go through a lot, but after you get that first season done with you learn. You learn a lot. Learn the little tricks that they'll play, little stuff like that.
And that's a question I have for you, Damodrick. Like the first season, coming out and everything, and now you're on camera. You're already, kind of getting readjusted and whatnot. Did that make it tougher? When you got to go in places and they, did it make it harder adjustment having to deal with, and also, the stuff that comes after getting out, POs, stuff like that. But we seen a little bit of that. Did that make it tougher or man, should I have done this, or you know what I mean?
The only thing that made me think that is probation kind of be on my ass about it. You know what I mean? They watch the show, so they'll come to me and ask me certain things and they think everything is facts. You know what I mean? Shit like that. But other than that, nah, it's the same thing. Like I tell her, you know what I mean? I was a pretty popular kid, so the attention and stuff don't bother me. None of that stuff bothers me. So it's almost normal to me.
Yeah. Do you feel like the show brought y'all closer together, or was there any did it make it harder to navigate y'all relationship again with just getting out, or how was that process?
I'd say harder. You know what I mean? Because you got a lot of people opinions that come in that you wouldn't have if it was just us. You know what I mean? So the focus kind of slips sometimes, or certain things that said that they could be questioned, you know what I mean? But for the most part, we still rocking, so it's everything good.
Yeah, I know. We see y'all got a function going on at y'all family house and stuff. I see a couple of lives. Y'all have a good time over there.
Oh, I got a quick question.
Okay,
since you brought up family, I do have a question. So on, Damodrick, we seen a lot of, your father and I believe your stepmother. Is that correct?
Yeah.
It's season 2, and then Quiana on the way to go and get Damodrick. Was that your stepfather, I believe?
Yes, that was my stepfather.
One thing I noticed while I was watching it, going through all that you had to go through just being in public, it seems like you have a very solid, family support, there in a lot of places. We've seen that, Quiana with your stepfather at season 1. and, you know, Damodrick with your father and your stepmother when they're doing that, and how much did that help, like being able to be able to turn to them and get, you know, some guidance or just some knowledge and being able to take that and apply it during the process for you?
To me, it normalizes everything. It makes it feel like it's just another day. You know what I mean? I got the people around me I love. You know what I mean? These are real conversations we'll usually have. It might not be the topics that we would usually have, but you know what I mean? They're real conversations we'll usually have. So, like I say, it normalizes it for me.
Okay. We all know that reality TV is loosely kind of scripted at times. Do you feel like it was a good representation of you individually and then also your relationship? Do you feel like they cut out a lot? Because I've been seeing a lot of other cast members and they say they do heavy editing. So
Yes, it was a lot of heavy editing and it left a lot of blanks, a lot of confusion. So it causes us to have to get on here and reiterate what happened. So that's kind of why we're here today, to kind of tell our story, because a lot of it is choppy.
yeah. So what is there anything you want, I guess, you know, the fans to know, us to know, you know, that maybe wasn't covered on the show that, you know, is really important for y'all to?
You got
Mm, It's a lot. Like, where do we begin?
Start anywhere.
Just like how we met. We met at a younger age. We were friends to begin with. So it really wasn't like on and off for 10 years. We were together, 2016? So it was like my senior year. And then after my senior year, we kind of split up and went to our different lives, really, and had kiddos and stuff. So it wasn't really like, oh, he had a kid on her. Like, no, that's not what happened.
Okay.
Like, together.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll be honest, like that was one of the things, like you said, like the way they was perceived on the show, it did kind of seem like there was so much from the way it was perceived, like there's a lot of overlap. You know what I mean? So that is good that you cleared that up. Like, no, you know, we knew each other, we were friends, we kicked it, we got you know, so yeah. Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
Do you got something, Damodrick?
Nah, I'm gonna.
Hold on. I got a question for them because I was curious about this, like for real, right? So it was like the last episode of the penultimate one, you guys went on the boat ride, right? And you was wearing like this whole white outfit. You had on like the white and blue 12s and 13s, and then they showed the 12s. Yeah. They showed the boat, and they had like the dirty water in it. And I was like, how do you get up out of there without getting them messed up?
Hey, one thing about me, when it comes to the clothes, I know how to keep it clean, man. I like to stay sharp. So, you know, it was sticks, water, all kinds of stuff. But I just had to hold my feet a certain way the whole time I was in there. Then when I got out, I had to like push up and get off instead of trying to step to get off. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's what I was like, he had to do some sort of gymnastics guy there.
Yeah, for sure. That was actually crazy. That was crazy scene. Crazy scene.
There was a lot of malfunctions that we still have.
really?
We got stuck. It was all kinds of crap. They couldn't control the little paddle boats they were in, so they spinning around us. They had to tie each other together to be able to even record us. It was crazy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To piggyback off of what Quiana was saying, how do you decide, or are you allowed to decide what you want to put on the show and what you, because we saw on this last season, there were a few times that it was like cut, like you were like, I'm not doing this. And I was wondering, like, is there a penalty for that? Or do they talk to y'all about that? How does that work?
Ultimately, they will force what they want.
Okay.
And they will try to go about it however they want. And so it's all about me and her being able to communicate with each other. So like, this is what we learned in the first season. What they do is they'll come up, what they did was they spoke to my baby mama and got information on things that past happened or whatever. And they wanted to act on those scenes because this was the most drama, right?
Yeah.
So they would try to get her to do something without telling me. You know what I mean? And then try to show up. We want the real reaction type. When I tell them, like, if you just let us know, we can go along. But you trying to play me, I don't do that. I'd rather you be straightforward with me. You know what I mean? All they're trying to play us to go around stuff. So most of the scenes came from them communicating with her. That's why she became such a big part. You know what I mean? But yeah.
She wasn't supposed to be in the season. I wasn't even aware that she was.
Oh, wow.
Originally, she told them she wasn't recording if my baby mama was going to be in this season.
So they kind of just ambushed you with that?
Yeah, they do their own thing.
That kind of makes a
Yeah,
lot more sense.
that does make a lot
Like
more
even
sense.
you got the story, and even some of the other stories that we've seen this season, it kind of makes sense. You saying that like, oh, that's kind of how they ended up in this position. Okay, so that makes a ton of sense. That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, that is messed up.
Yeah.
After your experience with this reality show, would you consider doing any other reality shows after this, or is it just like, nah?
I'll take the script for $300. Tyler Perry, call me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I would.
You would? Okay.
I would. It's just not this show. You know what I mean? I would definitely consider doing
I like
something
a reality couple game show. Would y'all do something like
Yeah,
that?
nah, for sure.
Okay.
Something like that, we definitely be on it.
Okay. I got a question. So after, this season 2 and everything, how was it like balancing? Well, obviously we've seen there were some tough parts to it, but just in general, balancing the relationship and family life during the show, now after the show, since time has passed and it's been out and everything, have those things like leveled out as far as just family overall, just continuity? I'll just say whatever way you guys want to put it at that point. You know what I'm saying? For like kids and progression as a family for the two of you and your kids.
I'm gonna be honest, we don't watch the show.
Okay.
Okay.
So by us not watching it, it makes our life outside of it easy. You know what I mean? They don't get to see the good stuff that happen. You know what I mean? The parties and us taking the kids out to eat, the football games. My kids actually stay the night every weekend with us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So they don't get to see none of that. They make it seem like we're still separated or some kind of struggle between me being able to get my children when that's not even real. It haven't been like that probably ever. Since I got out, they've been staying with us just about every weekend.
Okay.
Okay. So like when you're on live and stuff and people are saying crazy stuff in the comments, you pretty much don't know sometimes what they're talking about. Is that?
Yeah, nah.
Because you go left on some people.
Sometimes I have an idea, but what it be is like, if you're on the live, the same question has been asked 1,000 times. Like 9 times out of 10, the first couple times I see it, I answer honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, and give you that courtesy. But if you're gonna keep asking me stupid stuff, come on now, now you asking for it at this point. Especially like when they spell her name wrong, it's like that. Like if you're watching the show, how can you spell her name wrong? They put it on the screen every time we pop up.
Yeah.
Like that makes no sense to me. So little stuff like that.
That makes sense.
Okay.
And y'all probably answered this. As far as public opinion, how do y'all handle that at home? Like when somebody says something like on a live or off kilter or something, like, or they say something about what they saw on the show that night and they form a whole opinion about you guys and y'all life, and all of a sudden they know everything about y'all. How do y'all handle that at home? Do y'all talk about it at home with family? Like, how do y'all handle that?
My people try to tell me, don't answer every question. That's it. Let some of that stuff just scroll by you. They don't deserve an answer to every question. So that's the advice that they give me.
Okay.
Yeah,
so after all this, like, how do you, I don't know if you guys already have started things or plan to take like the notoriety and the exposure and things from doing this show and kind of taking pictures of your own and growing them. Are you guys doing that in like, together in your own separate ways, those type of things, like taking this and expanding it and making something more and use it for your own benefit,
Both. We both do it together and separately. I mean, Quiana is the voice for sure. She know how to reach out to people. She can speak to different people. Yeah, I mean, she know how to communicate a little bit better than me. But on the music end, I mean, I got a lot of people who reach out to me. I post a lot of music on my TikTok, stuff like that. People reach out. I mean, so the exposure is great. That's what I try to tell other people. It's not about what y'all opinion is. We're here to be able to network in different areas. I mean, not only here, but to reach across the nation. I mean, we got people from Louisiana, New York, Cali, all kinds of stuff hitting us up, trying to do stuff with us. So that's the thing that it did for us. And that's what we look forward to from it.
Okay. Nice.
You guys?
Yeah, I got a question. So one of the things at the end of season 1, how do I ask this? What are your future plans? Is it like there's like anything that involves like a ring or those type of things as far as marriage? You guys supposed to know I'm asking. I mean, that's ill.
Since the show is over, I'm gonna give it to y'all real. This is the first time we've told this too.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the whole ring situation was really made up. Now
Wow.
at the barbecue, right?
Mm-hmm.
The producer just comes up to me and was like, "Hey, would you mind like making like a proposal type stuff to Quiana?" I'm like, "What you talking about?" So they give me this whole background. Her and my dad came up with this whole background of how it's my great grandmother's ring, this good little story.
Wow.
Real talk. And so this is how this really came up. So I'm like, you know what? It's for the show. Like I tell them, I don't care. I'm here for a check. You hear me? I like money. I like to be able to do other stuff with the money to be able to add money to money. You know what I mean? So that's whatever y'all want to do, I'm cool. I ain't tripping. You know what I mean? It's for TV. They gonna think what they want to think anyway. That's how I look at it. So that's really how that came about. And to be honest, Quiana never knew nothing about it.
That's the problem.
This is how they did it, right?
No, that's the problem.
So
Mhm.
that's
Okay,
why
yeah.
there was a confusion of it was a promise ring or an engagement ring.
Yeah, because me and him was at home like, what? Did you see this part? Well, we think it might be that. Like, we were trying to decide ourselves. So.
And now that's where it really came
You
in.
see me, I'm looking at him like, why you not down on one knee? What's going on? Like, I'm
Man,
confused.
first of all, they bought an Amazon ring. That ain't me. I got good taste. I like things. Now she wouldn't care. We go through this all the time. You
I
can
wear
buy
a
me a
rubber
cheap
band.
ring. I'm not like that. Yeah, I mean, I want something that's gonna be worth something and just mean something. You know what I mean? Show you how much I feel like you mean to me. So, as far as us doing it, we will. You know what I mean? But have it happened yet? No. And was that the real? No. Fuck no.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. And that honestly, and like you said, you didn't know Quiana. And I just said, I think that's low key, like you said, you're there for a check, but for them to even like present it in that manner, like that's kind of, the production, you guys say this stuff makes you see that production influence, like that's kind of messed up.
Production doesn't care. It got so bad that the man who runs the show had to come and produce us because Quiana will keep denying. They keep asking different things. She like, no, I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. So they got to the point they felt like they couldn't do it. So they sent the main producer down here to come do it. And he basically like just a head full of steam. He going on, we gonna do it anyway. If we can't get them to do it, we'll get his dad to do it. We can't get his dad to do it, we'll get Joella to do it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So that's how they go about it.
That creates a really high stress situation, I feel like. And a lot of unnecessary conflict that probably didn't even need to happen. Like, I'm pretty sure. I understand it is when they have you go off into, I call them the confessionals, because, that's what we used to call them on reality TV, where y'all are just facing the camera and talking to them by yourself. They do a lot of messy stuff right there. A lot. They'll be like, hey, so-and-so said that you said, and you're like, they said what? That kind of thing. So I do know a little bit about like the production and how they do. We talk about that a lot on our channel, and a lot of times we call it out like that looks like production. Like, you know what I mean? But some people really look at these shows and like, this is all real. This is their life. This is who they are. And a lot of times in the comments, because I'm in the comments responding a lot, I'm like, y'all need to chill a little bit, So a lot of it.
Man, it's so bad that even in those interviews, they would chop like, we would say some certain things and they'll be like, nah, I want you to say it like this or something, right? So they would take certain words that we said, chop it up to make their own sentences off of it. Like when it's on our face, we'll be saying something, but like they'll do like a quick turnaround where it's not just us talking. And those words are put together by things that they made us say to make a sentence out of it. You know what I mean? So stuff like this. So they find ways to get what they want regardless.
Wow. Well, I will say like this season, it did look stressful, and the both of you, I'll say, because, being a viewer at home, I was like, when different stuff was going on, and you could see the stress that it was weighing on the both of you at times. So I personally think, especially, hearing about the production stuff is, that you guys were able to still get through that and, weather it to still be here today. I think that's dope and good to see. That people see like, yeah, this is going on, but you got to still persevere and with y'all's, relationship move forward and everything. So, So real quick, we're not going to keep you guys too long. We appreciate the time you got given us, but the magic with the music. And Quiana, if you got anything that you want to promote, also, if you do, this anything you want to promote so we
Yeah.
can, help promote and get the knowledge out there about?
We have a lot of things coming up. We definitely want to push his music out, so hopefully we can go on tour. And I'm definitely pushing my hair and stuff out. I want to eventually have a hairline because y'all went in on them wigs. And what y'all don't know is I literally had to beg so many stylists out here. Like, they're so weird. Like, I would message them, hey, I'm on a TV show. Hey, let's work together. And they would just like leave me on red, makeup artists. Like, I literally had to find different people or like drive to Midland or drive somewhere else to get my hair done. Like, y'all, I'm on TV and then y'all get upset. Like, why her hair ain't done? Hey, I inboxed you an ass.
Not only that,
Right.
this is how people work. After we were on TV, then they would hit her up. The same people who she hit up before were trying to hit her up. Hey, well, let me know. Don't nobody want to deal with you now. I tried to reach out to you and you ignored me. But now that you see you can benefit from it, you know what I mean? Now you want to be a part of it. Nah, hell no. Hell no.
And we talk about that all the time.
Yeah, they want to use you when they can and when they can't.
When I tried to put you on for nothing,
Right.
I reached out to you first and you quit on me. And as far as my music, man, 32Finesse, you know what I mean? I'm reaching out right now to get all my stuff on all platforms. I do got a few videos on YouTube, stuff like that. But yeah, man, we trying to take off.
So it's definitely
Okay.
the end of us. We just begin.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, thank you for coming and doing this. We really do
really
appreciate
appreciate
it.
it.
We enjoy the conversation. Thank y'all for being so open and, telling y'all story. And, we'll keep in touch. You know what I'm saying? Like
really
time
do
listen,
appreciate
I
it.
always need here. So yeah, but yeah, we'll keep in touch and be looking out to see what y'all have going on in the future.
We look forward to it.
All right,
All right.
then.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right, y'all have a good one.
Bye, y'all.